is celebrating Christmas being set apart? The lady's pondering this question. So let's jump in the first verse of scripture. This is going to be in the New Testament, 2 Corinthians 6:14 through 17. I'll read this first one. Do not become unevenly yoked. I think it says unequally in the KJV, with unbelievers. For what partnership has righteousness and lawlessness? And what fellowship has light with darkness? What agreement has Messiah with Belial? What part does a believer have with an unbeliever? What union has the dwelling place of Elohim with idols? For you are a dwelling place of the living Elohim, as Elohim has said, I shall dwell in them and walk among them, and I shall be their Elohim, they shall be my people. Therefore, come out from among them and be separate, says Yahweh, and do not touch what is unclean, and I shall receive you. So we can see in this verse and in other verses in the Torah, I will cause us to be set apart. You want to read this one, Josh?
Yeah. So this is Romans chapter 12. It says, I call upon you, therefore, brothers, through the compassion of Elohim, to present your bodies a living offering, set apart, well-pleasing to Elohim, your reasonable worship, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you prove what is that good and well-pleasing and perfect desire of Elohim. And so is celebrating something like Christmas, is that conforming?
And so one of the key verses in that to me, that's one of the big takeaways in this verse is, I mean, there's a lot. You can preach for an hour just on these two verses, but Paul's calling us to not be conformed to the world. And so, I mean, I would say that celebrating Christmas and similar traditions of men are conforming to the world. So let's see a couple verses in the Torah where the Most High is calling us to be set apart. For you, so this is Deuteronomy 7:6 and 7. For you are a set apart people to Yahweh Elohim. Yahweh Elohim has chosen you to be a people for himself, a treasured possession. We're special, brothers and sisters, to him. Above all the peoples on the face of the earth, Yahweh did not set his love on you, nor choose you because you were more numerous than any other people, for you were the least of all peoples. And so here's an example in the Torah where Abba calls us to be set apart, and he even calls us a set apart people to him. So,
wow.
So what are we looking at right here with this picture? So tell me what y'all think in the chat. And if you're watching this later on the replay, what do you think in the comments? What are we looking at a picture? What is this and where is it? What do you think, Josh?
I see giant stones. It looks like Stonehenge. Definitely not the Georgia Guidestones. Massive stones.
Now, just Christmas FYI, festival. Everybody at home, he has not seen all my presentations, so he did not know. Let's see. Okay, we got Krampus. No, we don't have any slides on Krampus or Knut Ruprecht, but that's another good thing you can research when it comes to Christmas and traditions of men. Definitely not Krampus.
I've got
that's a good guess. All right, so
Greece.
So let's go to the next slide, and there's a caption. So I pulled this from Britannica.com. I was looking at a lot of different things like winter solstice, Yule festival. So here's a quote about this picture: celebrating the winter solstice at Stonehenge. So Josh got that right. Modern pagans, druids, and revelers celebrating the winter solstice at Stonehenge, Wiltshire, England, 2015. And so I would say that if you celebrate Christmas, you are celebrating some form of a winter solstice tradition. I think that's a fact that nobody can get around when it comes to celebrating Christmas. It is tied to the winter solstice.
Yeah, they were in Rome when they started celebrating around the 4th century.
Here we go. Let's talk about. Say that again.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead. I was just talking about the timing of it all with Rome and the location of where Christmas originated. What was going on around them was that solar sun coming back in and bringing new life, sun worship aspect, when they started doing that Christmas stuff. Good old Christmas.
Yep, the winter solstice. So let's talk about the Christmas spirit, because you hear a lot about that during this time of year. So I have a quick video talking about the Christmas spirit.
I'm a very I'm a very
go.
seasonal person right now, and then it's about to be Christmas.
You grew up on a Christmas tree farm, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So where is that? Like where? Upstate New York? Just a guess?
That was in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
I grew up on a Christmas tree farm, and I figured there are two ways that can go as far as, forming who you're going to be in life. I mean, you can either be like, you end up being the person who like rolls their eyes at Christmas and is like, oh, I've had so much Christmas that I don't care about Christmas anymore. Is it really Christmas now? Or you can be like really obnoxious Christmas sweater gingerbread cookie girl.
Why not?
Raise your hand if you're her.
Yeah, why not?
I'm hurt. I'm just It's hard. Even at work, they have like the tacky Christmas sweater day at every job.
Okay, so I played that because when you get into the Christmas holiday season, people start talking about, oh, I'm getting into the spirit of Christmas. And so going back to the set apart aspect of living for the Most High, you look at Taylor Swift. She was talking about how she loves Christmas. She's all about it. So if you're a believer out there and you're still celebrating Christmas, what separates you from someone like Taylor Swift? Say her name right, Matt. So again, I would cause us to be set apart. And you're not going to be set apart if you're doing all the traditions that everyone around the world is doing during this time of year. Something to consider.